Hey guys, welcome back. Today, I'm going to be sharing with you a tip on how to use your legs to improve your horse's relaxation and confidence. Have you ever been riding down the trail before when your horse starts to get a little worried or he wants to move out, but every move you make seems to trigger him to want to go up into the next gate, so you end up sitting there as stiff as you can like a statue with your legs off the horse, just hoping that you don't make any move that makes him want to go faster. That's a really frustrating predicament to be in, so today we're going to talk about what causes that and how you can help to fix it. There are a lot of components that contribute to this issue, such as separation anxiety on the horse's part, or possibly you guys haven't spent enough time together for him to be confident in your leadership abilities. But today, like I mentioned, we're going to be talking about the riding side of it so you can begin to be more relaxed and confident with your horse and help him work through some of these issues. One of the most common errors I see is people holding their legs way off the horse as if they're riding a motorcycle. Often this is unintentional because they haven't actually trained their legs to stay against the horse's sides. But over time, they're forced to ride this way in order to avoid triggering the horse to do something they don't want it to do. Holding the leg off the horse creates so much unwanted sensitivity. In order for the horse to relax off the leg, you need to learn to maintain consistent contact with the horse at all times. Getting your legs to stay in the correct position isn't going to happen overnight. It's going to take some consistent effort and focus on your part. So whenever you're riding, you're going to want to be conscious of what your legs are doing and where they're at. It's like any other exercise or stretch. It's going to be uncomfortable at first, and you're really going to have to focus on squeezing your legs together. You're going to feel like you're squeezing the crap out of your horse. But I've worked with a lot of people on this exercise, and most of the time when they go from such a large gap between their leg and their horse, and I start having them ride with contact, they can barely touch the horse's side. So I'm not worried about you putting too much pressure on your horse when you start to learn to maintain contact. But over time, as uncomfortable as it may be, your muscles will stretch to conform, and it'll become second nature to you to hold your legs in the correct position. Once you've put this into practice and your horse understands that leg doesn't only mean go, it opens up so many other avenues of communication for you. So now when your horse wants to walk when you've asked it to stand, or wants to jog when you've asked it to walk, then you can sit there in a completely natural and relaxed state and use your legs to help him work through those issues instead of becoming handicapped in the saddle. In fact, I often go to the other extreme and teach my horses to relax and settle whenever I squeeze my legs so I don't have to worry about triggering them while I'm training. Your leg should only mean something to your horse when you want it to mean something to your horse, not simply every time you make a minor adjustment or accidentally touch him with it. How do you think we get collection on our horses? It's all in the leg. You simply cannot advance your horsemanship if you don't learn how to keep your legs on your horse and communicate with him in a clear and controlled fashion. I can't tell you how many times I've been helping someone at a clinic before when they claimed the horse wasn't hot or nervous about anything, yet the only way to communicate with the horse was through the face. We could hardly even begin to start working on body control because the horse had never been ridden with any sort of leg pressure whatsoever and would practically have a meltdown anytime the leg touched it. So the only way to get a horse truly finished is to get control of his feet, and the way we do that is by getting control of his body. That happens mainly with the leg, not with your hands, not with the reins. So it's very vital that you learn, again, keep your legs against the horse. This is going to solve so many of your problems. It's going to get your horse much more relaxed. It's going to keep you much more relaxed as a rider. And on that same note, whenever my horse starts moving out on the trail, I never tense up and try to keep my legs off him. I always anytime this starts happening, I call it riding like a slob. I just kind of get really relaxed on the horse. I let my legs bump into it. Anything that could possibly trigger the horse to go faster, I ride very naturally into it and embrace that because I'm going to allow the horse to make the mistake before I correct it. And that's going to get your horse to where he's much more responsive and calm through that. And you don't have to worry about holding your body in any certain position and trying to avoid triggering your horse. If you can make this one small adjustment consistently, you're going to be ahead of 90% of riders out there, and your horse will thank you for it.